Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Monday, December 2nd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 49 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 29 degrees with a high of 37 and a low of 21. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and of course the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. And by that I mean the what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So tonight I'm continuing working on the buddy coloring. This is our gnome. This is from Santa's Gnomes Jubilee. It's a new release of mine. And it's got cute as pie images in it. I would show you the cover, but I've misplaced my book. All right. So we've been working with, of course, the colored pencil. We've been working with the glitter. And the main thing that I'm showing you is how to add reflections with the colors across the bulbs that are on the top and on the bottom. And I think it's coming out beautifully. I'm having a lot of fun with this. All right. And then the next image that I'm working on, this is from Disney Dreams collection, specifically the Disney Princess coloring book. It's the one that's got the Beauty and the Beast down the front. And we're working on this image here, Beauty and the Beast falling in love. Beautiful, beautiful image. And so far I've basically completed the 2 images of the candle and the clock. Alrighty. So let's see who's been popping in the room while I've been chatting here. Oh, let me get my book out. Oh, there's my book. I found it. Santa's Gnomes Jubilee. It's got a picture of a gnome doing a face plant. And this book, I'll tell you, cute as a button. Just really darling images here. Here's our face plant. I know several of you have it. I hope you're having a lot of fun with it. Look at this. I love this. The images of the gnomes inside of the Christmas ornaments. Isn't that cute? All right. Let me grab my paper towel. There we go. Let me see who's popped in the room so far. Now, guys, if you would do me a huge favor, please, and do this, well, don't do it for me, do it for the group. Please share the link of this broadcast right now into your Facebook group. And that way, somebody clicking on it can go ahead and pop in. And if you would also go ahead and hit that like area or like button. We've got 12 people, 5 likes. Let's get that up. That's always appreciated to hit that. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. Sarah's here. ILene. Hi, ILene. I shared at 1. Cool. And there's Thomas. Hello, Sherry. Mamie. Hi, Mamie. Linda and the 3 amigos. Uno, dos, tres. Linda, Michelle, and Wally. There's Miss Lori Barnes. Stephanie, hello. All right. So last night I was working on that upper left-hand corner. And you can see, based on how I've been doing this, you can see how we're getting a nice, warm, soft, glowy look to this picture. And of course, that's the whole point. Okay. So Sarah, I'm coloring that picture, but not right now. A lady who we like. Her Alice in Wonderland got her original to color. I'm sorry, Sarah, I'm not quite understanding what you're saying on that. By the way, Sarah, did you get your printer hooked up? You said your dad was going to help you. Now, 2 questions. First of all, how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say win. I got a couple of small things from Amazon. Got a few more rhinestone colors that I needed. So that's a win. Mamie, draw. Oh, she gave us a picture to color, so I'm coloring it to show it to her. Okay, I got it. And tomorrow you're going to look at a car. You're possibly going to trade it for it. All right. Oh, you'll get your printer hooked up Wednesday. Okay, guys, so win, lose, or draw. And the second thing I'd like to know is, do we have any birthdays today or anniversaries? Lori, draw. Who else? All right. Thomas says draw. It's been a quiet day. Sarah says win. I thought I had to work. I got there. Oh, you got there and it was the wrong day. Oh, no. Linda, draw. Sarah, tomorrow win. Also get to see your mother-in-law. There you go. And Sherry's got a draw. All right. Okay. Got my paper towel to rest my hand on. Let's continue to work in that upper right-hand corner. Grab your light, medium, and dark greens. And we'll start sliding across the page here. I have got to clean up my pencils. Ah. Okay, Sarah, thank you. And let me get my scratch sheet here, my swatch. So is everybody keeping warm? It's not too bad here, 29 degrees. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday to one and all, says Maggie. Okay, let's get up in that upper left hand corner. Well, hello, Mary. All right, so let's start with our darkest green. Oh, gotta move around a little bit, sorry. Now, remember we're doing the center here. Sarah got your glitter glue? How did that happen, Mary? Okay, now we got to pick out the green here. Maggie, you're still having a bit of back issue, so you're just watching tonight. All right, darker green in the center. Oh, you were telling Sarah that you bought some glitter glue. Gotcha. Okay, then we're going to use the lighter green on the remaining part of the branch. And then we're going to use what? Our Payne's Gray. Oh, let me find it. There we go. And then I'm going to use the Payne's Gray in the center of the greenery. Now, remember I always tell you that when you can use 3 colors minimum, it'll make a huge difference on your piece. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Okay, then I'm going to move over towards the orange. Sherry, you're coloring it with me. Good. And if you're not coloring it with me, what are you coloring? And if you're not coloring, what are you doing? Maggie says she's watching. Hey, Carmen. Okay, so let's continue across the top. Now, you need to be real picky what you color your dark green, your dark, medium, and light green. Missed a little area here with my light green. Linda's coloring a snowman with a little girl and a rabbit in a snowstorm. Cute. And how many of you are still eating leftover turkey? I will say that I am, proudly. I think tonight it's going to be turkey sandwiches. The other night, last day today, Linda, I've got one more bag of leftover turkey. Oh, Maggie, you cut back this year, so leftovers are all gone for the most part. Oh, yeah, you got what, 6 of you guys? Allie, Russ, Kayla, Jeff, you and Larry. Okay, let's slide across the top here. Let's start with our dark. Good grief, now I've managed to make myself hungry. Okay, there's my dark. Now I'm just doing my dark core here. Is everybody acclimated here where I am? I'm right by Santa's upside down footies. Now we've got two little bulbs here, so don't accidentally cover over those. And I'm going to back up and I'm going to grab my pink. And we're going to put a little bit of pink by this bulb here. Now, the whole idea of using this pink is to give that glowy feeling. Oh, Thomas, like number 11. All right. And then I'm going to take a little bit of orange. And add that into the pink. Now, like I said, be careful you don't cover up your bulbs. Okay. Now, I've been doing my dark green on my little tree thingies here. Let's go ahead and do the light green as well. Oh, I forgot to get the critters out. And nobody said anything. Well, la-di-da. And look how beautiful this is turning out. Which, of course, you'll see if I get back on camera. So right now I'm using my light green. And then I'm going to come in with my Payne's Gray. Don't forget that down the center here. All right, let's slide over to the right. Got my darker green here. And I'm going to put my light green around it. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'll put my Payne's Gray in the center. Now this time I'm going to do my light green first. It's just an easier way to see things. And that's why I always tell you on grayscale, it doesn't matter whether you do your dark, medium, or light first. Okay, darker green. And then my Payne's Gray. Okay, Now, I'm going to play with the reflection a little bit of my light. So get your dark, medium, and light blue out. You should have them from the other night. And I'm right on top of the right boot of Santa. So I'm going to start with my dark blue. And then my medium. And then my light. Now, the reason I'm stopping and doing this is because I'm going to take my light blue and I'm going to reflect a little bit of it on my greenery. And then I'm going to go back to my dark, medium, and light green. On the remainder of the branches. So there's my dark. A little bit of our medium. And then our light. And then don't forget your Payne's Gray to add to that shading. All right. Let's take a look at this. Everybody see how I'm building that softness up? Okay, I need to use a tissue, so I'm going to put you on mute for a second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Any questions about what I've done so far? Does it make sense? All right. Tanya, hello. Oh, you didn't have to retract that. We understood. Okay. Tanya, how are you? Well, thank you, Tanya. It's from my recent release. Okay. You're doing fine now, but you still feel a little grumpy. So how come you're grumpy? All right. There's my dark. A little bit of a medium. And then our light. And I'm going to erase a little bit of this green because I want to do something slightly different. My apologies. Now, I'm going to do on this bulb here an orangey yellow. So I'm going to start out with a light yellow. And then we're going to put some orange around that. Now, I'm going to take a darker orange Oh, because you struggle to make friends online and my bad relationship with my mom? Okay. Tanya, remind me, you've been here before, haven't you? All right, now we're going to come in with a dark orange. On our tree. Now, be sure when you color it that you color the individual needles so that it doesn't look like a bulb. And I'm going to come in and I'm going to put a little pink in as well. Oh, okay, so you haven't been here before. Well, welcome. All right, so here's my lighter green. And now I'm going to come in at the top with my darker. And right by that foot is another glowy bulb. You can tell with that white in the center. Now, I'm going to come in with just a little bit of dark green. Excuse me. And I'm going to put in a little bit of yellow. And then my lighter green. Now, let's go to the lighter yellow. Sarah, maybe you'll do that. Okay, let me pull out. Now, let's go back and get some of these lights in so that we can tint our greenery. And if it's a little more comfortable for you, you can do your lights first and then do your greenery after that. Well, thank you, Tanya. I'm glad you like it. Okay. Light orange, darker orange. Now, sometimes, yeah, she's pestering me to pick her up. Domino is. Thomas, you've had your eraser for 5 years. Of course it's going to wear out. I don't know why you're getting mad at it for quitting. That's just a use issue. No. Thomas, AFMAT is a top brand. I use mine all the time. Okay, here's my light orange. A medium orange. And a dark orange. Yeah, Tanya, my second image that I'll be coloring tonight is the Disney Beauty and the Beast. Tanya, I always do 2 projects in an evening. The first half of the broadcast is the buddy color that I make available free to everybody. Thomas, your eraser is recharging when that little light flashes. You very rarely have to recharge it, but every once in a while you do. So of course it's going to quit working. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of pink tinge to this area right here. Okay, now I'm going to slide back here. Let me pull out. And that way you can get an overview of the whole thing. I think it's coming out beautifully. All right. Well, Thomas, if it's 5 years old, it may be that it's reached the end of its cycle. It's not going to last forever. Tanya, I don't really give away my pictures at the moment. I put them in my notebook in plastic sleeves. All right, let's get this one done. This I'm going to be doing oranges. I have my dark, medium, and light oranges. I'm going to start with my light this time. Well, hello, Allie. There's my light. Here's my medium. Allie, how are you doing this evening? Good to hear from you. And then my dark orange. Check it out. And notice how it is imperative that you blend your colors. You want these bulbs to look soft and glowy. Or these ornaments, I should say. Okay, now let's work up here. Here's our dark. Here's our medium. And our light. Any questions on that blending? Okay, now I'm going to slide over to the right. Let me pull out so you can get a bearing of where the heck we are. Any questions so far? All right, this ornament right here. I'm going to work that one in reds. So you want to get yourself a light, medium, and dark red. All right, there's dark. There's my medium. And a light. All right, let me swatch those for you. There's my dark. There's my medium. And my light. Okay. So here's Santa's boot right here. I'm to the right of that boot. Let me pull out once again so you can see. Check it out. Now, I also want you to notice that the colors here on my bulbs, on my ornaments, and the bulbs are muted, lighter colors. I made the elf outfit very dark red. There's a purpose for that. And of course, we've got the red, the orange, and the yellow reflecting in the beard. So this whole piece screams reflections. And that's the whole idea of this. Okay. So I'm going to start with my light. Thank you, Thomas. Love you too. Here's our medium. And then our dark. Oh, I'm sure Domino appreciates that. Look how beautiful that bulb looks. And I'm going to do a little bit of a finger blend, but don't. Hi, Lois. But don't wipe out your little light spot. Lois, how are you doing today? Okay. I'm going to use a gold pencil for the top of our ornament. So Lois, your day today, win, lose, or draw? Lois, win. What was your win? Or I should say, what is your win? Okay, Payne's Gray. And we'll put just a little bit of gray shading here. I'm going to say my day was a win at all. Got a couple of small things from Amazon. All your work today is going well and no grumpy customers. So Lois, did you ever have to turn away a customer because they were not nice? No, never? Good. Oh, Sarah says her day is always a win when we're all together. There you go. My Linda, so glad to see you. Oh, Janie, you used your metallic. Some number 12. All right. Sarah, Lois is in New Zealand. So it's about what, 1:30, 2 o'clock in New Zealand? What time is it in New Zealand?
It's 3:22 New Zealand.
Oh, 3. There you go. All right. I've got time for one more ornament. I'm going to do this one over here. And I'm going to use my reds. Excuse me. My Linda, how's the world treating you today? Oh, my Linda, you keep falling asleep? Hey, if that's what you need. Okay, let's start this out. Gitsy, good to see you. Oh, Sarah, hubby went to bed. All right. All right, hold on, guys. What? And no, you can't get up on the table. I know that's where you want, but all my pencils are up here. Yeah, I know. I know. Here, go out the door. But Mom, I want to be on TV. All right. Sorry for the interruption. So there's my light. What she really wants to do is she wants to sprawl out on my um, table where all my pencils are spread out. All right, there's my medium. And your friends want to see you. Okay. Oh, one of these times I will. I've done it before. I'll show Domino. Okay. Now we got our dark. Back to the subject at hand. Here's our dark. Isn't that pretty? We'll go back with our light and blend. You know, I haven't asked this question in a long time. What's the number one skill that you need that's important to master in adult coloring? All right, let's get that little bump out of here. There we go. Blending, that's right. And what's the definition of a proper blend? Blending, 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 rawhide. That's from the Western Rawhide, and that's what we sing our song to. Okay, here's our gold up at top. When one color seamlessly disappears into the other. That's right. Guys, you've got to master your blending. Pick them up, put them down, put them down, pick them up. Rawhide. Now, it's so important that I always tell you this. I would rather see a picture from you with top-notch blending if we had to make a choice. With top-notch blending and lousy colors choice than the best color choice and terrible blending. All right, let's see where we are with this. All right, guys, what do you think? So I still have to finish a couple of light bulbs here. A little bit of greenery to the right. Our gnome's belt and our background and this picture are present. We really don't have too much more to go on this. I hope you're learning something while you're watching me do this. It's all about the journey of coloring. And the picture at the end is just the reward. Okay, now let's do this, because this is really going to snazz it up. Take your black pen. This is a simple black ink pen. And we're going to go ahead and emphasize the lines here. Now, I can do the rest of these off camera. This is the only thing that I'm going to do with them. Just remember not to fill in your cord 100% with your black pen. All right, let me do a little bit here so you can see the difference. And for some reason, and I have no idea why, the song Puff the Magic Dragon is rolling through my brain. Haven't a clue why. Puff the Magic Dragon. Why not use green? Yeah, you can use green if you want. But I wanted to have a contrast between our greenery so that's why I'm using black. Now, I actually though, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I've got a dark green pen. It's also a Pilot pen. Yeah, this green is not really showing up. So what are you saying, Sarah? I love it. I used to watch this lady who say that for us a lot. Okay. Oh, saying Puff the Magic Dragon. Oh, Stephanie, you used a green metallic Sharpie? There you go. That's an excellent idea. Now, one thing you could do is get a very light green pencil and stick real close to the wire. And shade it green. Look how cool that's looking. So all those areas in between where I told you to leave a gap, is now coming up green. Everything's coming up roses. Everybody see the tinge of green? All right. Everybody see the difference? So if you don't have the green metallic, use your black and then just put a little bit of green over it. Light green. Look how cool that looks. Can everybody see that? Guys, do you see the green tint on this? So what you're going to do is you're going to use a black marker. I'm sorry, a black pen. And then when that dries, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of that green around it. Am I a fan of Greek mythology? Somewhat. Any question on how I'm doing that? Thank you, Sarah. All right, what a great idea to figure out a way to tint this green. And again, don't forget to leave your gaps. How pretty is that? All right, let's get this star up top. I'm pretty happy with this. What do you guys think? Janie says it's her favorite picture. All right. Now, I was going to do this off camera, But you know me, I start doing something. It takes 2 seconds to put this green on. And it ends up looking really cool. So again, if you don't have a metallic marker in green, we've got a really cool way of still creating a nice effect with this. Okay, Susan, are you happy now? Okay, cool beans. Here's where we are. Everybody happy with this picture? Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry that was you. Sarah, contact me by instant messenger or by messenger, and we'll talk about the links for gems. You just got to do a search on Amazon for what you want. Well, hello, Amy. Time to get to our Disney picture. Hope you learned something. Hope you had fun with this. Remember, guys, this is from Santa's Gnomes Jubilee. Okay, Disney. Here we go, Beauty and the Beast. Any question about this so far? All right, so last night we got our candle done and our clock, and I showed you how to add little cracks in the concrete. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and work on that little tree. And what we want to do is we want to get some pink flowers in here. Now, I want you to notice there's a lot more detail in this bush or tree. We'll call it a bush, I guess. Than what we have on this side. So we're going to have to get creative. So I'm going to start with my pink. And we'll get those flowers in, and then we're going to work in the green pattern after that. Mamie, did you put the link into this for this book in the chat yet? If you want to pick up this book, Mamie's going to have the link to it, so you can grab it as well. All right, let's work this up. Now, hold your pencil straight up and down when you do this. It'll give you a little more control. Oh, Janie, that's good. All right. Now, the quality of your coloring is going to depend on the quality of the replication of the image by the person that drew this. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a light green and we're going to start detailing the area in between our pinks. So we have a light, medium, and dark green. I'm actually going to change my mind and I'm going to go with a yellow. You'll see why in a few minutes. All right. All right. Now the reason I'm doing my lighter colors first is when I come in to shade my detail, it'll be easier to put, as common sense will tell you, the dark colors over the light. And let's go across the top here. Okay. Now, let's come in with some green, light green. And yes, you can put your green over your yellow without it causing any problems. Any questions? All right. Take your time. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Carmen, you are. Mary? Oh, Mamie, you're welcome. Now, I know it looks weird, but trust me, we'll get there. Okay. Let me pull out so you can see this. Now, you want a very dark green. If you can't find a dark enough green, then you can use a Payne's gray. I swear, one of these days I'm going to put a little bell on my Payne's gray pencil. Well, maybe you're welcome. I want you to have fun with these books. Okay, let me get my other Payne's gray out. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we're going to start shaping the tree. Now, it's going to look a little messy at first. But trust me, it works out. Well, Brittany, as I've told you, you will never, ever, ever get your page that you're coloring to look like the one on the left. And this is where people get into immediate trouble, because when they color, they immediately disappoint themselves because they think it's not matching. The image on the left is a watercolor. Colored pencil and watercolor are two different things. All right, let me pull out and show you how this is coming together. Janie, you're not going to screw it up. Oh, Lori, I stand corrected. Did I say watercolor? Yes, oil paint. And it does matter because it creates a whole different look. So yeah, it does matter, Lori. And I'm sorry, I stand corrected on that. Thomas Kincaid uses oil paints, or used. Now we're just going to color in little patches of gray. Thank you for the correction, Lori. Now, all we're doing is we're adding patches of this gray to break up the light green and the yellow. The main thing that you want to make sure is that your gray doesn't look streaky. All right, now I'm going to go back to the left, but right for the moment, I'm going to go to the right and lay down my groundwork. See, I'm just laying down my groundwork for my detailing. So the major point here that I want you to understand is you are simply emulating the picture to the left. You are not copying it. So you've really got to knock off this comparison stuff. Now, take your time. You don't want this to look rushed. Well, there you go, Mary. I know mine won't look anything like the pic. I would just like for it to look like a bush and not a blob with pink dots. Miss Janie, good night. Oh, Janie, that's good. Gotta go to bed, up at 5 a.m., but I'm off Wednesday and Thursday, can spend more time in the group. Perfect. Mary, one thing though is you really shouldn't speak negative over your piece. Your piece doesn't have to look like a pink blob. Or a blob with pink dots. Okay, now I'm going to take my Payne's Gray and I'm very lightly going to go over my yellow and my green. Barely touching the paper. Oh, you just got to get your pencil to agree. Now that's funny. Okay, I'm basically just putting a really light film of Payne's Gray over our green and our yellow. Now remember, we don't want to be streaky. So make sure when you put in your Payne's Gray that you don't see strokes. See, right now you see strokes in there. So I'm just changing the direction of my pencil stroke. Now I'm avoiding going over the pink with my Payne's Gray. If it happens, it happens. Don't sweat bullets about it. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back and highlight with a little more yellow. So I'm simply going to take my eraser and erase out some spaces. Now, the neat thing about doing this, listen up guys, is that it creates those little patches of yellow that look like leaves on the tree. Ta-da! Look at that. So once you get your area done with your basic colors, now we can go in and use our eraser as a tool to create our bushiness. Does that make sense? It sure looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And then you can come in and take your yellow and color in those areas that you just erased out. Just go over it very lightly. Isn't that cool looking? Surprise! Now, I've got one little area in here that needs to be a bit darker. And this is where you can go back and detail your tree with your dark color. Questions, comments? And I'm going to do a very, very light and blend with my finger. All right. And then I'm going to take a little bit of black. I like my Prismacolor black. Let's get this in focus. Come on, come to mama. There we go. Let's see, I want to smooth out some areas first. Remember, you want to get rid of any streaks. So then I'm going to come in with my Prismacolor black. And I'm going to color right next to my pink. Leave the areas in between your Payne's gray. Just emphasize around your pink. Trust me, it makes a difference. Okay, like I said, I'm going to sit on this picture for a minute so you can look at this. Now, you can tweak it a little bit if you want. I'm just going to freshen up my yellow a little bit. You guys are awfully quiet. And let me pull out. Let's look at the side by side. Okay. Now, in looking at my side by side, I'm noticing that I need to bring my black up a little bit more in this area. See how I'm bringing this black over a little more? Guys, there's absolutely no reason why you can't do this with me. Okay, I think that's over far enough. Now, the other thing I want you to realize is it looks like this image on the right, well, they could be the same size. All right, we're good with that. Paul, hello. Hey, Paul, I was thinking about you the other night, or last night. Have you thought about putting a GoFundMe page? Creating a GoFundMe for your surgery? Yes, you have, but it's too much to worry about. What's to worry about? You make a post, you explain the issue with your wrist. You explain the reason why you want to get the use of your wrist back, which is for your illustrating. What? Explain to me what you think it's to worry about. Okay, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I'm going to adjust my light spots a little bit. Now see, I'm just tweaking this. If people will donate or not, I'm an overthinker, so I worry a lot. That's too bad, Paul. Paul, it doesn't matter whether you think people are going to donate or not. All you have to do is explain what's going on, explain that your wrist injury or whatever the deal is has stopped you from doing your artwork. And you'd really like to get it repaired, but you don't have the funds. Paul, how much money do you need for the surgery? Thank you, Sarah. I'm just tweaking it right now. Thomas, your book should be exactly like mine. It's the Disney Dreams collection, and it's the Disney Princess coloring book with the Beauty and the Beast on the front. So there is no way that the pages can be different. Okay, how much is it? Paul, I don't know why you're waiting. So, am I reading this right? It's about over $2,000? Paul, am I reading that correctly? $2,000? All right. Now, I'm going to set a boundary here with my background and the boats. There's some water in the background. So I'm going to start that up. So I'm going to go ahead and get my base color of my blue in here. And then we'll come in and pencil in the shading and shadowing. Well, Paul, I hope you think about what I'm suggesting. Sarah, sorry for your loss. Today is the 18th anniversary of your grandmother's death. Thomas, what I would do is page through your book again and make sure you're not accidentally missing the page I'm working on. Okay. We got our tree. And you guys all saw that it's not hard. And if you don't like the way that your colors went down, you can just use your eraser and your Payne's Gray and adjust. Okay, guys, I'm ready to call it an evening. Any questions? Mary, you have this book too, and the page is different. All right, there are a couple of pages here. A Beauty and the Beast dancing. Let's see if I can find the other one. The one I'm working from has Beauty and the Beast on the cover. It's called Disney Princess Coloring Book. Okay. Thomas, the one that you've got, which has Snow White, take care, Paul. On the cover does not have the page we're working on. Now, it does have this detail. This here is a detail in the other book with Snow White of the page that we're working on. See it? So, Thomas, if you don't have this other book with the Beauty and the Beast on the cover, here's another portion of the image. So here are the two different books. Okay, guys, I'm calling it an evening. So we've got Beauty and the Beast, the full dancing image, and we have our gnome caught up in our Christmas lights. This is a free image that I supply to you guys. And you guys then can buddy color with me. Okay, Amy, here are the two books. The one with Beauty and the Beast on it is called The Disney Princess, and then the other one is just Disney Thomas Kinkade Studios. Is everybody clear now? The book I'm working out of is this one. Okay, guys, take care. Have a great rest of the evening. We got our bush colored, and you saw that it wasn't hard. Guys, take care. I hope you learned something. Please be sure to hit the like button. And please be sure to share if you haven't shared this already. That is so important around the holidays. Okay, guys, take care. Have a great rest of the evening. I'm going to go get something to eat. And I hope you're learning that this is not hard. All right, guys, till tomorrow night then.